Since we're playing You Awaken in a Strange Place, now we get to make up the game. You're each going to come up with one true thing about the world. Rafe, you get to pick out either a genre or a title, which can either be a fake title for our adventure or a title of a real movie that'll kind of suggest the world we're in, or just or a broad genre. From Beaker, I'm going to need an adjective from you. Your adjective will be applied to Rafe's, whatever Rafe picks out, title, genre, whatever. He says sci-fi and you say smelly. It'll be a smelly sci-fi. Keep it secret for now. We'll reveal all of them at the same time in a second once everyone's written something down. Gordon, you're going to come up with a location for our adventure to take place in, okay? It can be as big as like a world, or it can be as small as like high school, or even a closet. You know, it could be a large location, small location. But you're giving us the location where our adventure mostly takes place. George, you can either come up with an adjective that applies to Gordon's location, or a time that applies to that location. Either one's fine. Rafe, what's our genre? The broadest suggestion. Space Western. Love it. Beaker, what is the adjective that applies to this Space Western? It is a moist Space Western. The opposite of Dune, basically.
Yeah.
So that means our location from Gordon. What's our location for our moist Space Western?
It's Korea.
Korea. It takes place on Earth in Korea. I mean, Earth is in space, to be fair. For our adjective and/or time, George, which could change everything, depending what the time and/or adjective is. What type of Korea are we in?
The Jurassic period.
We're in Jurassic Korea. We're doing a moist space western in Jurassic Korea. I don't know how we're going to make it work, but we're going to, because that's what we're playing.
God damn it.
All those things are now very true. Next up, you guys all get to make up one thing that is also now true about the world, no matter what you say. It's got to be short, like a sentence long, something simple, but it can be something like, you know, magic exists, or, you know, whatever. People can fly. It can be whatever, or it could be like, potatoes taste like tomatoes. It can be anything you want. Whatever you say becomes true about the world. Everyone dresses in silk all the time. Whatever you say becomes true, and these are freebies. After this, you can do this later on in the game. We have to roll to see if it's true. So we go Rafe first. What's one thing that is true about our moist space western that takes place in Jurassic Korea?
All time ships are piloted by octopi.
All time ships piloted by octopi.
Yeah.
Now it sounds like that's how you guys ended up here. Now, Beaker,
Beaker,
you get to go next. You're next in the hierarchy here. What else is true about our world? Where all these things that have already been said are true, what else is true?
Currency doesn't exist. Trade is based on breast size.
No currency. Money equals titties.
Nice.
Alright, I'll write that down. Gordon, what else is true?
I said conflict is solved through martial tournament.
Okay, so like karate fights to settle world wars and stuff.
Dragon Ball Z.
Martial tournament, conflict, resolution. Alright, that's true. George, last but not least, what else is true about this world?
Gravity suggestion.
Yeah, okay, so it's flexible.
Yeah.
I like it. So it can be heavier or lighter and or normal, just like depending on your own mood or what's going on.
Yeah.
Or just your like, like how you feel at the time.
The original thing that pops in my head, gravity and anxiety are the same.
Okay, I'll link it to anxiety, and I like that. So if you become anxious, you become heavier, I assume.
You're very anxious.
But also if you're very happy, you might become light, which could also be a problem, which then might also make you very anxious all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You like might float up because you're happy, and then be like, oh shit, I'm really high, and then fall really fast, really high, and that could be dangerous, which I love. That's funny in itself. And so basically the way the D6 rolls work for the rest of the game is you'll roll 2d6 and add a stat to it. If you have a stat to add to it, that'll improve your chances of doing well or doing poorly at a roll. So now we're going to make up our stats for the game. It's going to happen in the same order we did it before. We're basically going to make up our own skills for the game. Everyone gets to make up 4 skills. Whenever you make up a skill, you get one skill that you're really good at, you get a +2 on that skill, and it could be any verb, basically any action thing, you know, you guys have played a lot of RPGs, it would be on that list or anything that you want to make. It could also be something ridiculous like saying the word fart, like, you know, it could be anything. It's up to your imagination. But generally you want it to be things that you might want to do in the game. So like maybe do 3 serious ones and one, or 2 serious ones, 2 goofy ones, whatever. Because goofy ones are also fun. Once you make up your 4, everyone gets those skills. They just get them at 0. So it'll go, Rafe first, you get to make up our first 4 skills. So first off, what is the skill that you're really good at? You get a +2, everyone else will get this at 0.
Gun fu.
Gun fu, which is like guns and kung fu combined, it sounds like. Totally allowed. What's your next one that you get a +1 at, Rafe?
Magic.
Magic. Oh, good to open that up for everyone. Everyone gets magic now. You get a +1 at it. Everyone else gets magic at 0. Now comes your -1, the thing you're sort of bad at. Still a skill, though, that everyone else gets.
Navigation.
Navigation, alright. So mark -1 for you, 0 for everyone else. And your final skill, which is -2 for you, 0 for everyone else.
Tap dancing.
Might come in handy someday, you never know. But you'll be really bad at it, and everyone else will be okay. So next up comes Beaker, Moist Beaker. You get to pick out your 4 skills. What's your +2 skill? The one thing you're really good at.
Stealth fishing.
Stealth fishing. +2 on stealth fishing. What's your +1? The thing you're sort of good at.
Bartering.
Bartering. Handy. Now here comes your -1 skill.
Explosives.
Explosives. We're gonna have a very volatile team, I can tell already. It's just all of you can handle explosives now. Just don't let Beaker do it, I guess. And then your -2, the thing you were worst at.
Obvious fishing.
So non-stealthy based. Fishing out in the open, really bad at it. If people can see you fishing, you can't catch shit. And now we go to Gordon. What's your +2-er?
Sex appeal.
Really good at sex appeal. Alright, that could come in very handy. You never know when you charm somebody with sex appeal. What's your +1?
Escaping, yeah.
Escaping handy. It's, like I said, it's very handy to think of things you already know from D&D, because you know that you may use them anyway. What's your -1?
Impulse control.
It can be impulse control. Sort of bad at it. And what's your -2?
Riding horses. Or riding an animal. Equestrian.
Riding.
Just riding? Yeah, let's call it riding. That's fair.
Yeah.
Riding. We all know what that means. George, what's your +2?
Biting.
You say biting with a B?
Yes.
Biting.
Oh my god.
Teeth-wise. That would be handy. Good at biting. What's your +1?
Swimming.
Swimming. Handy. Haven't said that yet. And what's your -1?
Time travel.
Time travel. Hey, finally they heard it. Now you guys can do it. And then your -2?
Investigative journalism.
Investigative journalism. And now I'm going to come up with 4 that you all just get a 0 at. I'm going to say jump. I'm going to make kick and punch separate skills. So you have to do them separately. Kick, punch, and throw. I'm going to make them all very dumb ones, but if you have to do them, now you always have a 0 at them. Jump, kick, punch, and throw.
Chop the onion. Chop the onion.
Oh, now that you guys have made up all your skills, you kind of know about the world, you know the things you're good at. Now, to start the game, we're just going to write, everyone's going to write a 1-sentence statement about your character, like, my name is blah blah blah, I look like this, and I kind of do, like just a general, what you want everyone in the group here to know about your character. Starting with Rafe, that was our highest initiative. What's your character's name, and what are you all about?
I'm May Southwest, and I got a big pair of guns and a big pair of some other things. I proved that looks kill just as well as magic bullets.
Big titties, big guns, is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
Alright, and that's enough information, it sounds like. Like I said, it doesn't need to be very much, just enough for everyone to get kind of acquainted with what the idea of your vibe is when we awaken this strange place who you're waking up next to. The next person we're waking up with is Beaker.
My name is Hugh.
Of course.
Gina.
Of course.
And I look exactly like that chick with 3 titties, Total Recall.
Oh my god. Nice.
Triple titty.
I have a space OnlyFans where I anonymously post fishing videos.
And where you guys come from, titties are money, so you must be incredibly wealthy.
No, in fact, that's why I have a failing fish-based OnlyFans.
Oh, are they 3 small titties then?
No, massive.
I'm just very confused how our currency is based on titties, but you're still not doing. Do you lose a lot? Do you gamble a lot or something? Where's all your money going? Where's your titty capital vanishing off to?
That means her de facto, but her legal size now in AA.
It's like you lost in court, I guess. That's what happened.
Yeah. The on paper hers are much smaller.
They look large, but on okay.
Went into tit debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a titty debt. Got it. In this society, that makes total sense because tits are our money, and you can go into debt, so you could go into titty debt. After that, we got Gordon. Gordon, what's your character? What are they all about?
I'm Cassie Slim, and I am but Slim. No, I'm kidding. No, I am Cassie. I am thick, yo.
THICC, I assume.
Yes, I am truly.
PHAT.
And my sex appeal is very famous, and I, in fact, have a very popular.
This feels like a movie from the 80s that was like it's on Tubi now or something, you know what I mean? One of those
Close to copyright.
It's one of those Tubi movies that's like really bad writing, but there's titties in it. George.
100% Barbarella.
Yeah. George, what's your character all about when they're at home?
Character is Betsy. She is a velociraptor from Paris who has gotten a degree in investigative journalism after a time travel mishap.
So were you like at some point a person and you got turned into a velociraptor?
Nope.
You're a velociraptor
Always
that
been a
somehow
velociraptor.
learned investigative journalism.
But not well.
Because I'm terrible at investigative journalism. The degree entirely because I threatened to bite the professor until he passed.
It's not even from a good university. It's from like one of the island ones.
Yep.
Yeah, I would usually make you roll for it, but because it's so ridiculous and we've already written an excuse for it, I'll allow it. Alright, so these are our base characters now. You guys have time traveled back to Jurassic Korea for some reason. What is your goal? Why'd you come here? What do we need to accomplish by the end of tonight's mission?
Heist.
Heist. You're here to to steal Jurassic shit. Get some
Dude,
specimens.
We're here to steal dinosaurs or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
minerals, whatever you can get.
I didn't read the handbill.
Stuff they don't have in the future. 'Cause,
I'm looking for a husband. I'm a velociraptor, and velociraptors I'm sure are extinct. So I'm traveling back in time to meet a velociraptor.
That's a personal goal, which you guys are also allowed to have. If anybody else wants to have one, you can have one. But your general goal, it sounds like, is just going to be get as much old stuff as possible, come back with it. And if that includes a husband for your dinosaur friend, that's even better. I will point out we did not put language or speaking of any kind on this list, so you might have to speak in all screeches during this game, Velociraptor friend, because I don't see how you would speak English without a skill for it. You guys awaken in a strange place because while you were time traveling, you were sort of forced into a deep sleep. Of course, you can't be awake during time travel. That would make you go insane. So you guys have slept in your safety isolation chambers, your pods, during travel. And then you wake up and the hiss of your pods opening, the lights flickering on in your very tiny spaceship. It's not incredibly large. It has enough room to transport the very few of you and enough to hold an energy cell to get you where you're going, to transport you back to where you're from. And it has a cargo hold that can hold a decent amount of ancient treasure because anything from the past is worth a lot in the future because you guys don't have a lot of the stuff that existed back then in the future, so it'd be incredibly rare. So anytime you get sent back on these missions, you can be guaranteed a handsome sum upon return. The four of you, May Southwest, Hugh Gina, Cassidy Slims, and Betsy, awaken in your chambers. The lights are flickering on. May Southwest, you have initiative as the lights flicker on. You guys are, of course, safe in this chamber for now, your time ship. But it appears, according to the readings, you have safely traveled back to the time you were intended to travel back to. Prehistoric Jurassic times.
Well,
I always know where that time stuff happened.
that's quite crazy.
Makes me just want to spit, and I, in fact, bend over and puke.
Big spit. That's a huge spit.
Yeah.
Oh
it's my
my.
spit.
Ça va? Bonjour, je m'appelle Betsy.
What's wrong with you, Betsy? You're saying weird
No,
words.
well, yeah, when Betsy talks, Betsy thinks they're speaking French, but when Betsy speaks, it just sounds like dinosaur screeches. French screeches.
You translate screech code.
I want to get geared up. Get my guns, my extra guns, any magic focuses, and no compass.
All your equipment is here on the ship, of course, so you can grab whatever you need to.
Yeah, big guns.
It's for your specifications, so all of your personal equipment's here, probably in a locker beneath where you just woke up. So you can open your own personal locker and get out any of your belongings for your mission, dress yourself. You're all currently nude, all of you, three ladies and Lady Dinosaur. You know, that's nothing to be ashamed of. Ladies, you've all seen it before. You've seen 2 or 3 titties on a lady before, so you can just get dressed, grab your things, suit up. The Jurassic world awaits you through the open door. You guys can open the door until you like a red button, go outside once you are ready. But yeah, if anything particular you want to grab, just say so. As long as it's something we believe exists, I will make you roll for it.
I'd like a translation device that will convert my dinosaur French into dinosaur English.
Yes, we'll still see captions, of course, in French for anyone that's a French listener. But yeah, roll me a magic to see if that kind of device exists. So roll your magic skill, which I think for you is probably a 0. Maybe a translator
2d6?
exists. Yeah, 2d6s is correct, plus 0.
You got a pair of 6.
So 12. Oh, that guarantees that thing exists then. So you get that thing. As long as someone will put it on you, because your arms are a little short. So as long as someone will help it attach that thing, you couldn't wear it in the tank. Of course, you have to be nude in the tank. But now that you're out, if someone will help dress you, and have a vocoder of sorts that translates your voice into really sexy vocals in English.
Hold on, Betsy. Let me do that for you. You can scribe.
So yeah, you've got your adopted dinosaur friend Betsy all strapped up to be able to speak French/English through the translator.
Still very hissy dinosaur accent.
Yeah, and if you want to make the conjugation weird, I would appreciate it.
Of course.
Want to grab my dual 75 caliber pistols?
I believe you have those because we discussed you are a gun wielder, so I don't think we have to even roll for that. I believe you have some big guns. That's not a problem.
They're big ass guns.
You will need them.
I
If you're
prepare
prepared for this era.
to sacrifice everyone in the for me way.
Just go and escape and ready. Do you need any tools for your betrayal, or just you just got it in your head?
If the fight is lost, then I might as well leave first. I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you.
You just want to post about it later. Here's
Yeah,
me in
I'll
you want to get pictures of yourself in the Jurassic period.
Yes.
Look at these backgrounds. Amazing.
Jurassic selfie.
Yeah.
100%. It's all about writing that form.
To be fair, it's so hard to get those. So is everyone? But everyone's geared up. Everyone's ready to go. One of you can smash that big red button. Not my call.
I press it.
Press it. Big red button. The door hisses, drops down like a ramp. Thud. Smashes some plants beneath it. You hear like the crackling of leaves and sticks and stuff, and you hear a screech in the distance. You can see the lush green, dense tapestry of plants, something that does not exist in your future, where plant life and vegetation is very hard to come by. You've walked into a camouflaged landscape. It's oppressively hot. Luckily, in the future, you don't own many clothes anyway, so you're dressed properly, scantily clad at best for most of you, probably as you step out into this very moist Jurassic Korea.
I am natural cowboy.
Your captain, May Southwest, will lead you guys. You know, they're in charge. They're the highest ranked among you. So if they want to lead you guys deeper into the dense jungle now that the door is open, you can either go toward or away from the screeches or start collecting things. It's kind of your call.
Let's go towards the screeches. Nothing bad ever happened for me.
Matter of fact, you know that some of the best bounties you can collect are things that screech. You can bring them back alive. Those fetch a pretty penny. You need to roll a navigation to go towards them, it looks like. Roll me 2d6 plus your navigation.
Oh, shit, okay. I rolled 6.
I believe is not good. Oh, it's a fail. It's a high fail, but still a fail. Yeah, so you guys will wander to the jungle, but obviously the greenery is thick. It's dense. You didn't bring a lot of stuff to chop your way through, from what I heard, so don't have sharp weapons to... You have guns, but nothing to cut through the dense foliage. So it's like blocking. You can't see where you're going, and after a few moments, you can't see back to your ship, and you can't see where the screeching was coming from. And you're just lost in this dense jungle. There are bugs nipping at you, something that, I mean, in the future, most of the bugs are huge, but now there's tiny bugs that are just more a nuisance. And you hear screeching up in the trees from small animals, you hear large animals far away, you hear the thudding of large footsteps nearby, but now you feel like you're probably completely lost. You would need someone else to probably help you find your way either back to the ship or where you're going, as your captain, May Southwest, has gotten you lost in the moist Korean Jurassic jungle. In Korea, of course, because you guys time-traveled from Korea, ship goes from Korea to Korea.
That's honestly good, probably.
It somehow accounts for the Earth spinning and all that stuff, but we're not going to talk about that.
Well, yeah, anybody want to help us get out of here? I'm no good at navigating stuff.
Me neither.
Well, none of you are incredibly skilled at it, but anyone can try.
I will give that navigate. I got a 9.
Where's my list? 9's a mixed success. Yeah, you're more confident than the captain, for sure. Captain May Southwest. You've got a little more bearing than they do. Maybe it's just your senses, your down to your nose or something. Still not 100% sure you can get back to the ship or what you're running towards or how to get there, but you feel like you have better bearings and like try to lead towards either
I will
one.
do that.
Which one would you like to try to walk towards?
The thing we're investigating.
Screeching noise.
Yeah.
You'll sniff your way towards it. Roll me one more navigation to try to find it. Sniffing hard. Or stealth fishing if that's a thing that you forget who did.
I rolled a 4.
Oh. You go towards the noise, but they seem to scurry off when you go towards them, and you lose the scent, and you hear the stomping growing farther off, still surrounded by lots of large trees, strange plants, a trickle of a stream, but you've lost this very large animal you were chasing after. You can express that to your captain, or pretend you know what you're doing and keep walking.
I will pretend I know what I'm doing and walking.
Alright, you keep walking. You stumble upon a cave, and out from the cave walks an armored dinosaur, spikes on its back, protrusions coming from its large head, huge limbs, and a tail with a large whip-like object, like a stony mass at the back of it, comes out, charging at you. I'll roll my initiative and see if it beats the established initiative we have. I rolled a 4, though, so that's where I will stick myself currently, which is below everyone. You guys will all get a chance to deal with this before this thing gets a chance to do anything to you, but it is charging at you. May Southwest, you get to attack this armored dinosaur first.
Armored dinosaur?
Heavily armored, yeah. You can tell it's got thick scales all across its back with spikes on it. It's got very thick skin. You can tell you don't know how much you know about dinosaurs. Okay. Yeah, natural armor. Not wearing armor. Natural armor, yes. Just thick skin.
Yeah, I shoot it with my 75 caliber pistols.
We have Gung Fu here, so you get to roll your Gung Fu now.
11.
I assume that also includes some kind of cool kick also or something, but yeah, 11 will be a hit.
Yeah, definitely cool Katas.
Plow! Yeah, you hit the thing. Plow! It even probably does a little bit of damage. Not much, because it's very thick skin or in the flesh. Some. Definitely a hit. And an impressive looking hit with the kick. Pow! But it still charges towards you guys as one shot goes through its flesh. Hugina, our 3-titty mistress.
I'm gonna go try to hide in a bush. I intend to start fishing once I'm stealthy.
Oh yeah, then you can roll stealth fishing now. There is a creek nearby. I did say there was a creek, so if you want to just go ahead and hide and fish while you're out there hiding, that's...
No one can find them when they start.
When you're fishing, you become totally invisible. If you roll high enough.
What I wanted to see,
Yeah,
actually. I rolled a pair of 6s for stealth fishing.
And that's your skill too. You get a +2 on that also, right? So that's like a 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were practically invisible. Somehow you like squat down by a creek and like start poking at fish in the water, and the dinosaur is ignoring you, and also your allies. Like you're in your own little world doing your own thing, and they're all now dealing with this creature and all ignoring you. You've become invisible to everyone, basically, poking at the water. And with that high of a roll, I'll even let you catch a couple little fish if you want. If you want to roll me 2d6, that's how many little like minnowy type fish you grab, or tadpoles,
Roll
some
2D
kind of.
right now. I have bait though. I carry bait under my middle boot.
You can use some if you would like. Because prehistoric times, no one's ever fished before. These fish are afraid of nothing.
8 fish.
Yeah, you just reach down and grab 8 fish in your hands. They're not very big, but they all fit in your hands. You have 8 live fish wriggling in your hands now. And then Cassidy Slims, the thick one. What you doing, sister? As you see this large creature. This is mostly, it's charging all of you, but it's coming for your captain first, of course, which is, everyone wants to protect the captain. They're about to get stomped on if you don't do something.
I will sit.
All right, roll me what's the deduction for your skill is? Sex appeal. Roll me sex appeal to appeal to this creature.
9 plus is 11.
Ooh, 11. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the creature is erotically attracted to you.
But it is confused.
Yeah, it's enough to be a distraction. I will say that. So it'll be enough to stall them from stomping your captain. So that was probably a good move.
It's definitely in you, I can tell.
Yeah. If nothing else, it'll attack you instead next. And then Betsy the dinosaur, the velociraptor.
I want to bite.
Dinosaur and dinosaur action. That seems natural.
And then plus 2, so
11.
11.
Yeah, I mean, not a perfect success, but very high success. So that will be a bite. You bite down into this armored creature. Let's say you try to go for a spot that's not its thick hide on its back. You go for somewhere like its neck or a vulnerable-looking spot. That's why you rolled high. You definitely do some damage as you bite into it. You see some blood. You taste the blood in your mouth, of course. Tasty Jurassic. Nom, nom, nom. This, of course, might lower the value of this creature if it's in any way harmed or damaged. You might make money for it. But at least you won't die. So I guess it depends what your priorities are. You have taken a chomp out of it and probably made yourself the primary target now as it's its turn. I rolled a 10 to try to throw you. What it does, it shakes you and tosses you up against the cave wall. And you will take 1 damage, which I will mark for you there, Betsy. Okay, -1. And then we're back to May Southwest with your blasters.
I want to cast a magic spell.
We have magic as a skill, and magic exists in our world because of that, so we can allow it. What kind of magic spell are you trying to cast?
I want to make my guns bigger.
The enlarged gun spell. Classic.
Yeah, classic enlarged gun
roll
spell.
2d6 plus magic to enlarge guns.
I rolled 11.
Your guns will enlarge, but that'll be your action for this turn, so you can't fire them until next turn. But they will be
fine,
larger
man.
for next time around.
My huge guns.
Everyone watch, yeah. Now you've got huge guns and huge guns.
Yeah.
Double huge guns. And speaking of 3 huge guns, onto Hugina. You see the guns of May Southwest grow. Very impressive.
I'm gonna pull out my favorite fishing pole, which I call the gun.
Time to continue stealth fishing?
Yeah, well, I'm still stealth and fishing, right?
Yeah. Would you like to use the stuff you just caught to try to catch something even larger?
No, I would like to use a large barbed hook to try and catch something larger.
You put a fly on there or something to attract it, or you just dip it and hoping for the best?
No, I want to try to catch that monster.
Oh, you want to try and hook the big land animal. Land
Right in
fishing,
his
as we call it.
face.
Yeah, you can roll stealth fishing to try that.
Hell yeah.
You'll be confused where it came from even, because it's stealth.
Oh, really bad. A 3 and a 1.
Ooh, do I make you hook yourself or hook an ally? Well, I'll say it doesn't hurt, though. It's just enough to be, comedic. You'll hook you'll throw it and, catch yourself in the... Yeah, you're pulling your own thong tighter up your butt or something. Your space thong is now... you're getting a space wedgie now. Yeah, time wedgie. Very hilarious scene as you tried that. Unfortunately, did not work, but did result in the hooking of your own underwear. Cassidy Slims, you see all this happening? What are you up to?
I'm pushing it even more.
You gonna confuse the creature?
Yes.
You wanna dance some more for me? Roll me another sex appeal to shake your groove thing.
9.
Ooh, not as enticing as last time. So I think this time it's more focused on Betsy and May. So yeah, probably Betsy still, I guess, because of the bite. And then after you comes Betsy, as a matter of fact. You see this thing still facing off at you. You've given it 1 gash, and it's thrown you off. So you've got a little distance between you now, but it's definitely still staring you down like it's going to attack you.
I'd like to keep biting.
Yeah, roll your bite.
I got a 6.
That's going to be a fail, fortunately. You bite and miss as it dodges, and it's going to try to swing its large tail. Like I said, it's got a mass on the end, like a hammer. But I only rolled a 5. I only had 6, so it's also a fail. So it swings its massive tail at you, but misses. And we're back to May Southwest.
With my big-ass guns, I'm shooting. Pow, pow.
Alright, roll your gun fu.
I rolled a 10.
Well, that's a hit. It's a graze, though. It does do a damage. I'll mark that as a damage creature. Yeah, grazes it again. Like I said, its hide is very thick, but yeah, you can tell it's doing some damage.
I'll take E and half.
Yeah, take what you can get. Hugina, too distracted to take their turn by all the action. Cassidy Slims, the thick one, what do you do?
They are not attracted to my is abominable, which drives her nuts. Means that she must with an RP and a ginormous overcorrection.
You can roll your gun fu for that. You should have said you grabbed it while we were at the ship, but I'll let you slide on that one, pretend you grabbed one. Roll your gun fu to fire your RPG.
6.
I like to imagine that you're just wearing like a bikini and like a halter top, and you got your RPG, and you just fire and just whiff it, just big whiff. Just like roll, it like flies right by both dinosaurs, like between the two of them, and blows up in the background. You see like a fire in the distant jungle. Big explosion.
I meant to do that.
Back to Betsy, you get your bites in.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep biting. Pair 6 is 12.
Great bite. I'll let that do double damage. I'll take a 2 damage on. Nice deep bite. I'll save it like in the grip of your teeth, he's holding its neck now. You feel like you're in control, but I'll roll for it to see if it can break out. I'll try to roll a throw again. But I rolled a 3, so it can't throw you off this time. It tries to shake you, but is unable. It's a good bite on it. You feel like your Velociraptor Betsy sort of has it pinned. So if someone wants to take a kill, you won't get as much money for it dead as you would alive, so you can either try to trap it alive and just have it damaged, still get less money if it wasn't hurt. Or you can kill it and take the meat back to the future, still worth a lot of money, just less than it being alive. But Betsy does seem to have it sort of pinned right now, so the situation is under control. So what do you say, Southwest?
I want to try to put to sleep magic spell.
Ah, the magic spell Sleep. Classic.
Classic sleep spell.
You can roll a magic Sleep to see if you can knock it out before it takes any more damage, so you can still get a pretty penny for it.
10 plus 1 for 11.
That's good enough to make a dinosaur go to sleep. They don't have any resistance to magic. They're stupid. It all of a sudden falls asleep in the mouth of Betsy, goes limp. So now it's just up to you guys to drag it back to your ship or whatever and make sure it's secured. You don't want to wake up while you're, time traveling back home or something. But otherwise, as long as you secure it and or kill it and just take the meat home, you can do that. So now we just need to talk about how you guys get it back to your ship while it's asleep. We can start with you again, May Southwest, because the battle's over, so let's reassert initiative back at the top again. And since you're the captain.
Well, what the hell? How do we drag this thing?
It is quite weird.
It's quite. It's really big.
It's over 12,000 pounds, which is way more than any of you guys can lift.
Betsy, you got any ideas?
Nope.
And Velociraptor, 8,000 pounds.
They can pull more than you, but I think Betsy might have trouble pulling this whole thing by itself.
Yeah.
Could do it, yes, but it would be a struggle, and that would be putting a whole lot on Betsy alone.
Could we all do that together and see what happens?
Roll 2d6 to see if a lift of sort exists.
3.
Jack of some 3. No. You, for some reason, of all the things you guys planned for in time travel, you didn't plan for needing to hand truck or lift something back. Not even the simple hand truck. You have no tools at all to carry things back except your hands.
How moist is it?
Swampy. That's why you guys, like I said, chose to wear so little clothes, but your skin is glistening. It's lucky the future has no atmosphere, so you're already tan and ready for this kind of heat. But the moisture is different. It's very dry in the future, so it's a moist heat, and you guys are used to a dry heat. It's sticky. You feel like you're swimming through the air.
Constantly getting sweat in your eye.
Yeah.
We make a bunch of mud, or we'll ship.
There's a stream nearby, so there's some water if you need to mix some mud. It's not a lot of water, but you can, mix a little bit of mud if you do.
Make enough mud to drag the mud, where it is less like friction.
The problem is its sheer weight. Maybe if it was all the way downhill, you could roll it downhill. But there are trees in the way. There are obstacles. So push through plants and trees and stuff like that back to ship would be even if you made mud.
Well, gravity is also just a jet.
Oh, that's so true. That's something that's true about the world.
And we have a dinosaur.
Would you like to re-suggest that gravity not work on this dinosaur anymore?
Yeah, and we gotta cast magic on it.
That sounds like magic if nothing else. We have another way. We didn't put gravity controlling as a skill, so magic seems like the way to do it. You can roll magic to make this thing, start floating.
I rolled me a natural 12.
Oh yeah, it'll start floating, so now I just need someone to grab it really fast before it starts floating so high you can't get it. Although I guess it'll start bumping into things. Someone roll me one jump. If someone rolls, anyone in the group rolls a successful jump, one of you can grab it before it floats away too high.
Rolled an 8.
Not bad, but not great. So you're grabbing its toes. Anyone else get a better grip on it?
Got the same amount.
I got a 7. I didn't even get a toe.
Oh boy. It's up to you, Betsy.
I got a 10.
Ah, make success. That's a success. Just barely, but that's enough to grab it. I would even let you roll biting, which if you want to do that instead, that could become a 12, so that's really high. You just you grab it with your teeth.
I got a 12.
Yeah, you grab it with your teeth. So you're holding onto it with your mouth right now as it's floating away like a balloon that wants to go higher. It wants to escape. It's not lifting you off the ground, but you feel it wanting to go higher. Your chin is being stung. So you've got your head at a weird angle, but you're holding onto the thing in your mouth. You got it though. You can't see where you're going, but if the team wants to lead you back to the ship ship with this thing, you can do that. You guys choose to do that. I'll roll to see if it wakes up on the way there, though. Oh, I rolled 5, so 2 low. So yeah, you guys are able to make it back to the ship without any incident. It doesn't wake up. It's not thrashing around or anything. Hovering above you, magic can be fickle, especially in Jurassic times. This sleep or gravity spells may wear off at any time. So maybe with your teammates help you want to shove this thing into the hold of your ship?
Yeah.
Alright, someone roll me a throw to throw it in there. Or all of you even. It doesn't really matter as long as you get it in there. I feel like the best thing on your list.
9.
So you almost get in there, like bounces off the door though. Like like when you do when you're playing beach ball with an inflatable beach ball, or volleyball with an inflatable beach ball, and it hits just the side of the door, just kind of bounces back at you. Very embarrassing. Missed your shot. Anyone better at throwing a dinosaur into a spaceship?
I rolled an 11.
Yeah, you right in the door, slam dunk. She's on fire, NBA Jam style. Your character throws the thing right in the door, into the cargo bay, into the hold. It's in there. Now, of course, like I said, you still risk it at some point in time regaining its weight and waking up, but currently it's floating in your cargo bay. There is more space if you want to get more stuff, or you can cut your losses here and get your reward for this big guy, but it's kind of up to you guys if you want to grab more things or not. You close the cargo bay door and it should be trapped in here. Feels like it's already a pretty good haul money-wise for you guys. So you can be greedy and get a little more, or you can, like I said, you can call it quits here and try to travel back home, but you're still here. Even grabbing plants or something might be worth it, but you already got a pretty big dinosaur, which is big money in time travel loot. Hopefully it doesn't alter the future any. You always run the risk of ending up on a different timeline.
That's what the octopus.
Yeah. And that's why octopuses pilot all the time shit.
That's correct. Maybe they got any Jurassic artifacts.
I mean, everything from the Jurassic period is a Jurassic artifact, so anything you collect right now would be, like, you bring back a bug, a plant, dirt, anything could be sold for money. So any specimens you guys collect, really, it's all time travel. Yeah, anything you bring back is worth money. Nothing from the Jurassic time is worthless to people from the future. Whatever you guys want to grab, even if it's right outside your ship, you can. If you just want to try to load up your cargo bay before you leave, you're more than welcome to try. Just tell me what kind of stuff you want to grab, and if you roll anything for it, all that stuff. Otherwise, you have a large dinosaur. You have at least 8 small fish that Hugh caught, so you got a couple specimens here already.
Like a bunch of green stuff.
Yeah, green stuff seems much easier to collect than the live animal stuff. Do we have anything for, how to collect it? Do you guys just want to explosive some trees and collect it, or what do we have here? Tap dance, jump kick punch. I guess maybe you have like some sort of magic plant collection, or do you want to gung fu them, maybe shoot them down, limbs like mistletoe?
Careful cultivate specimens slowly.
I was trying to find a skill for that. That's the hard part. We don't have you gotta use your skills.
Yeah, no, then
you guys don't know how to collect plants. You're not trained. You don't have the tools for it.
Yeah, it looks like I'm shooting you to cover plants.
Yeah, that's it's either or biting them. I don't know. Those are your options right now. Either bite, shoot, kick, punch, or just you could jump and just grab. Maybe jump to grab high leaves. I might allow a jump roll, which might be less destructive if you're just worried about the noise you're making or something.
I rolled an 11 jump.
You can jump up and grab like a leaf or a fruit, or just start grabbing stuff while you jump. Every successful jump, I'll let you grab a sample of either greenery, foliage, or fruit. Your call. All those things worth about the same amount of money for their size. So you grab one of those, go ahead and write it down in your loot pile. Maybe you don't want to toss it in the cargo bay yet. Just hold on to it somehow. Don't let it go. Maybe that's the hard part now. Is that you've grabbed that, shove it in your bag or something. After May Southwest, Hugh Gina, would you like to do anything to grab any extra loot?
No.
You're good. Done stealth fishing. You're just ready to go back to the future. You go back to your pod and chill out. Cassidy Slims, the thick one. Any interest in any more prehistoric items?
Yes.
Cassidy Slims goes back to their pod, relaxes. Betsy, the Velociraptor. Anything you want to grab from prehistoric times while you're here? A boyfriend? Wasn't that? Do you have sort of solo mission of your own?
Yeah, I
Just don't want to hunt a Velociraptor companion for yourself before you leave? Insist to
Yes,
your
I would
female
like to-
companions? You
I
want a
would
boyfriend?
like to see if I can find a Velociraptor husband, yes.
Alright, looks like it might just be you and the captain on that mission. The other two ladies seem less interested in your love life, unless they decide to leave their pods and follow up later. You and the captain can go find you a boyfriend if you want to use your navigation, I guess, or either sex appeal, or one of those two, to start looking for a mate. Sex appeal for you, of course, Betsy, not May Southwest, but navigation for either one, to go hunting a boyfriend.
I got a 10 for navigation.
Okay, pretty good navigation. You can hunt one down like that. You want to go ahead and roll me a sex appeal on top of that to attract one once you get in the area?
Sure.
Oh yeah, you're not putting off the vibe. Maybe you smell too much like the future. You're wearing weird jewelry, a translator and
I
stuff.
got an 11.
Oh, 11. Oh, 11's pretty high. I thought you said 4. Yeah, 11. That's enough to turn on some Velociraptors. May Southwest at a safe distance hiding. Stealth fishing? If you
Stealth
wanna,
fishing.
yeah,
Yeah, I
if
have
you
a bunch of fish apart.
you just want to hide in the background and fish.
6.
Alright, so let's say it's pretty obvious that you're there.
Yeah, my titties are too big for you to be stealth.
You step on the stick, you're not good at fishing or hiding. But let's say that because the sex appeal is pretty high, that the Velociraptor's present, and let's say for the area you guys walked into, there are a lot of them. You guys just walked into a field of like 10 velociraptors, so things can go sour
Holy
very
shit.
quickly. But maybe Betsy can entice one back to your ship and not cause a ruckus as long as you stay hidden. I guess we'll go back to Betsy to see if you can pull something off. If not, your friends might fuck it all up for you. Otherwise, here's your chance to sneak away with a boyfriend back to ship.
Sure, I will try and elope with a handsome velociraptor. I'll do sex appeal.
Sex appeal.
I got a 10.
Oh, that's good sex appeal. Yeah, we'll start following you to a more secluded area for a private rendezvous. Now here comes the part where you probably need to start tricking it or something, so if maybe May Southwest wants to try to maybe use magic to make it go to sleep again so you guys can get on the ship, and then you can worry about, once you're in the future, how to make it be a boyfriend.
I rolled a 12.
Oh yeah, that's good enough to sleep a guy.
Yeah,
Sleepy...
no, this is not unethical at all.
Yeah, sleepy velociraptor. Well, it's a velociraptor. It's no consent for velociraptor. Oh yeah.
Well,
You have a sleepy velociraptor.
Obviously, we have to figure out how to make them less intelligent first.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to say the vows for marriage.
Yeah, you're gonna take it to the future. They'll sort of... They figured you out, so they'll figure it out too, right?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
tell you how to speak.
Betsy, strictly, a after marriage girl.
Yeah. You'll wait till after he finishes school before you, like, make it official.
Yeah, of course.
Finish university first, and then we can talk about marriage, that kind of thing. Once you get your degree...
In investigative journalism.
Yeah, so you'll get this thing to sleep. Well, we also need to do their magic on it to make it light enough to lift again. Since gravity's a suggestion. Shouldn't be too hard. Since it's just a suggestion. Even a mixed success will be
I rolled a 9.
still works, because we said gravity is a suggestion, which means it is weak. Your guy becomes slightly weightless. This one's actually even better, because last time it was so weightless it started to float away. This time the Velociraptor is that nice, like, it's just hovering, like a hoverboard. Like, it's just above the ground, you just, like, push it. Just makes it weightless, not necessarily, like it's floating away. You load up this Velociraptor, and now are you guys ready to time travel back to the future?
Yeah.
Captain, I need you to roll a time travel.
Fuck. I rolled a natural 12.
Well, I was hoping you'd roll something really horrible and we'd end up in the wrong time
so
period.
did I.
But no, you rolled a 12, so you guys are able to travel back to your future. A future dystopia where time travel still exists, but the world's all shitty and dry. It's all like desert-like. Let's see if anything changes because of what you guys did. Oh, I rolled really low. So luckily, everything you did was, the ripple effects were not huge. You're able to return to the future with your bounty. Now, of course, you can get a lot of money for both your dinosaurs and other materials you collected. Or just a bunch of money for the one and save the other one for Betsy. It's kind of the captain's call if you just want to take all the money for all the goods or let Betsy have a boyfriend.
I imagine we could sell the dinosaur to whatever future institution is responsible for Betsy's education, and then just, see how it goes from there.
Roll me a bartering to suggest that this happens. Maybe, like I said, and maybe include this could be maybe my boyfriend in the future after you train him type of thing. Roll me a bartering to work out some kind of deal where he gets some sort of education.
For bartering.
We'll allow it. They'll educate your boyfriend for free and then maybe give you guys an extra Velociraptor to go on missions with you once he's trained and knows how to use the translator and such. He's learning Dutch.
Excellent.
But you guys have completed a successful time travel mission, which was your goal for the evening. Well, we ended a little early, but it is an improv mission and it was short. But you guys did do everything you set out to do. You went back in time. You got a treasure. You brought it back. So you were successful.
You did a good job.
Yeah, you were successfully awoken in a strange place. You did not save the environment while you're back in time, so your future is still, like I said, dystopian, but you did come back and make some money for yourselves. So
That's more important.
maybe next time you can fix things, but for now, you made a bunch of money, you can afford a bunch of seal food, and you got a potential future boyfriend for your Velociraptor, and so all in all, a successful improvised mission. Good job, guys.